Stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Very good, thank you. Okay, we will come to order on February 28th, 2023 for the regularly scheduled City Council meeting for the City of Beckley. First order of business is the reading and approval of the minutes from the regular council meeting dated February the 14th, 2023.
Approve the minutes as presented.
Okay.
Second.
Have a motion and second to approve the minutes as presented. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed by a like sign. That motion carries. Thank you. Don't have a very long agenda this evening. We do have 3 speakers signed up to speak during public comments. So we're down to old business, and I would like to lead off. This has been a particularly wonderful week, actually 10 days or so, in Black History Month, beginning with the celebration at Heart of God Ministries, which was amazing in itself, with wonderful speakers and wonderful performances and wonderful vocalists. Of course, the musical group at Heart of God is always wonderful. And then,
Food.
you know, they had food, but it was earlier in the day. We'd already gone to church, so we'd gone to our church, so we weren't able to take part in the food. And I missed that.
It was good.
Yeah, I'm sure it was.
Delicious.
And then Saturday morning, Barbara and I had the pleasure of presenting a proclamation to Mr. and Mrs. Tom Parham, Tom and Joyce, as living legends at the Women's Club. And that was very special. That was very nice. Councilwoman Bullock and Marvin were there, and it was a nice occasion. Wasn't it nice? But then the biggest thing was, the biggest thing was Sunday afternoon at 4 o'clock at the Raleigh Theater. I mean, I can't believe the talent in this town. And our own Janine Bullock, who portrayed Shirley Chisholm. And you were magnificent.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate it.
You really were.
Crystal just brings out the best.
Well, I'll tell you, I leave that place and I say, how does a town this size have all that talent? And the lady who sang about 3 different songs was wonderful.
Sarah Lewis.
And then the gentleman who, I mean, they were real, they're professional. And everybody was great. I mean, it was very moving.
We
And
appreciate your support.
well, it was thoroughly enjoyable. We loved it, and it's been a special time for us. So thank you very much for your participation.
Thank you and your wife for
leadership.
your support.
Thank you. So anything from any member of council under old business? Anything from any member of council under new business?
I do have a comment, Mayor. Jeannie Richmond, Campbell from Code Enforcement. Okay, yes, she called me today and I had a great conversation with her about the beautification of the city.
Great,
Yeah,
good.
She called me too.
yeah,
I think
she's
she
gonna
wants
do that.
council to visit a day with code enforcement as what I kind of took away from that. And we had a long conversation
Yeah.
about, you know,
So I think she's
What's
a
going on,
great
so.
asset to code enforcement.
Well, she really is. And for those of you who haven't been out to code enforcement, I think everybody's been out to the new number 3 fire station, which includes code enforcement, but it's very well organized, it's very well done. Captain Morgan's done a great job with his crew, and
I think what she was also wanting us to visit her before the spring cleanup and spring pickup, to try to put a little bit of excitement into the pickup as to clean up some of these yards that, you know, might need some help. And this is an opportunity for them to bring their materials to the curb and help us work together on that.
We've been taking the flyers from the street department for the spring cleanup and handing them out as we go on these things.
great.
Yep.
Trying to get all the streets that I don't think we'll be able to before spring cleanup, and then as many as possible.
I know that we talked to Pam Fry, who heads up the spring cleanup in her department, and she's reluctant to announce it too soon because people start piling a lot of stuff out
Yes.
there, you know, well in advance of the spring cleanup week, so we need to be aware of that. You know. Another thing, and I'm remiss, I was just talking to our esteemed Councilman Cody Reedy before the meeting. He's a new father, as of a week ago today. Yeah. Tell me again, Oakley?
Oakley Lynn Reedy.
Oakley Lynn Reedy.
She came last Wednesday at 9:27. She was 7.7 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a long day. Mom got induced early in the morning and ended up having some difficulties, and we ended up doing a C-section and all that. So
Right.
they're both recovering. Well, Mom's recovering pretty well, and baby had her checkup on Monday. Everything looked great, so we're going uphill now.
That's great. Congratulations. That'll change your life forever. That's wonderful.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mayor, before we move on from new business, I wanted to thank the council folks who showed up to the opening for Sakura Mankai, and it went really well, and I've been so pleased with everyone's support. You know, to have a new restaurant that does desserts and bubble tea and stuff that the kids like right now, it's kind of cool. And also to announce that within the next 30 days, we'll have 2 new businesses opening in Ward 3. Alchemy Beauty Lounge and Vinyl Tracks, which is going to be an art. Anytime we can get more art in Beckley, I know I see supporters of our art community, but they're also going to have a performance space over on Prince Street. So I'm tickled about the new businesses that are coming into town, and we can hopefully just keep this trend going.
That's great. I think, hopefully you got my message. That was the same day Senator Capito was in town, and
Of course,
it ran a little long. I got there, but
they were thrilled you were there.
the ribbon was already cut, so,
Well, they were really thrilled.
well, I was glad to be there. But that's wonderful. That's exciting. Thank you. Anything else from any member of council under old business? Anything from any member of council under new business? Okay. We're down to public comments, and we have Mary West, who I saw Saturday morning at the Women's Club.
Yes, I'm like a bad penny out. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
I hate to be back here again complaining, but LaRue Avenue needs a lot of help, people. And the speeders down through there, when you got government officials speeding and everything else down through that stuff need to be brought under control. And the alleyway with the trees still in them, that needs to be cut down, if we can get that down. Also, you're talking about spring cleanup. When is that?
When is spring cleanup?
Middle of March.
Middle of March?
Yeah.
Well, make sure somebody inform my neighbor to leave all that stuff over on the other street and every other street. Don't bring it over on LaRue. He already got a yard full of mess he had from last year, the year before that. So we need to get that stuff cleaned up. Our street is the first street you see when you come off of 64. It looks bad down there. I'm working as hard as I can on my place. So with the help of the Lord and you guys, LaRue would be a nice place to come through. If you can stop the speeding and beautify down there some.
Very good.
Thank you so
Thank
much
you, thank
for
you.
listening. I will be back to complain again if I can't get no help.
For some reason, that does not surprise me.
I know it.
Ms. West, before you leave, is the speeding happening down more toward the car wash or the upper north area, North Canal?
When they come off of Canal, they're speeding. When they come off of Eisenhower and get to Worley,
Right,
that four-way stop don't mean nothing to them.
right.
They crosses over and they speeds across that.
The property owner that seems to be doing a better job with the tenants near the car wash. So I was hoping that had slowed down some of the extra traffic that was needing abating there, but it's happening up on the canal end too?
Yes. And then when they come around that curve from Canal across and Earhart,
Yes, ma'am.
they're on the wrong side of the street every time. And
Thank you.
somebody's gonna either get killed down there or hurt, seriously hurt.
Thank
And
you.
I hope it don't be me. 'cause I'm
But I just
already-
want to say kudos to Chief Bailey. He has helped in that area. And so hopefully, some other things can happen. And also with code enforcement,
Right.
they are
Yes.
working, with some of the houses there.
Right.
And things don't happen exactly on the time frame that we think a lot of times they should happen.
Right.
But I just want to say kudos to them that they are working
And I
on the
thank
problem.
them too. And also, if you all can give us a little more patrol down there, because one neighbor had her catalytor taken off of her vehicle, right on LaRue, all that traffic. So if you all can help us, I would appreciate it. And thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am.
I've noticed that too, Janine, that Chief Bailey, you're doing a wonderful job. The visibility of the police it's being noticed. And that's what we want.
They have been talking about you all on Facebook. The police are out tonight.
That's right.
Don't go in this area.
Okay, very good. Next speaker, Brian Brown. Good evening.
I'm coming on the behalf of the development on Central Avenue. It is now heading into March. We thought that we would be on the agenda for rezoning come January, and we are now heading into March, and we still don't seem to be making any progress. I sent Attorney File an email on Monday requesting any and all information that they might need so that we could expedite this process. As you know, the longer that we sit, we are wasting money with holding costs, and we cannot move forward with doing any of the things that we need to do to help with this project. We have already spent nearly $1 million, and we are looking to spend about $5 million more. So we would appreciate any support the city could give us in making sure that we satisfy the requirements to rezone this outdated area, and to also work with us to create opportunities for parking so that we can create the development that Beckley so desperately needs.
Very good. Mr. Fowler, do you have any comments?
Just very brief. I did call you back this afternoon. I don't know if you checked your messages or not. There's a message on your phone. Second, as far as rezoning goes, we cannot proceed until we have the actual meets and bounds description and a plat that shows the entire tract that's being rezoned. And I believe Mr. Morgan has spoken to you about that, so that is what we're waiting on.
Right. I did contact, again, the surveyor so that he would then go and do the additional parcels that don't belong to us for
Right.
that tract. But if
As
we
soon
could
as-
have
as soon as
all of
we
that
get
in
those.
writing, like so that we could, pass that on to the surveyor so that we provide you exactly what you need. Because I have now sent him the map that Captain Morgan was so nice to forward with all of the parcels highlighted in yellow. So I did forward that to the surveyor, but in the event that he comes back with something that still doesn't satisfy one of your requirements, and then that's going to be another delay of me getting back to him and so on and so forth.
If I may, Mr. Fowler, we're not able to just, if he was to simply pull the meets and bounds from each deed that he wants included in the rezoning energies. He wouldn't necessarily have to go to a surveyor as much as literally just pull each deed, pull the description of meets and bounds out, and include that even as a separate attachment to avoid the expense of an additional survey.
Well, we were already working with the surveyor for our particular parcels, so it
Yeah.
was easier just to talk to him.
Sure.
But when we were doing this process, I was not aware that we needed to do it for
Sure.
Appalachian Heating and then the bookkeeping place down the street.
Right.
So it, and then the house behind so it's just, if we'd have known all of this up front in one concise email, written correspondence, it would have helped us to be able to maneuver faster and get you exactly what it is that you need. And I feel like information is coming through a bit disjointed. And, Captain Morgan was able to catch me in passing, which he's been great to work with, and I don't have anything negative to say about him. I just know that we are spending a lot of money and we are spinning our wheels very quickly. And we would like to make progress and move this project forward.
As soon as we get the description and the plat, we will schedule that matter before the Planning Commission. We have a public hearing before the Planning Commission, and then they have to make a recommendation to Common Council.
So we have to go back to the Planning Commission? 'Cause
Well,
we
we
did
have-
that already.
You haven't, you weren't there on a rezoning issue.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we did. It was approved.
Okay,
Yeah, that was approved.
okay, right, we actually should have had this before you went to the Planning Commission, that's right, we did.
They also want a plat map.
Well, what we need, we need the map, which I understand your surveyor is going to prepare.
He is working on that.
That's fine. Once we get that, then we can schedule a public hearing before Common Council and have it presented through an ordinance.
Will he have to go 2 readings, or will that only be?
We have to go 2 readings. But we can't proceed until we have this description. That's,
And that is it. There won't be anything else that comes up after that email.
that should be it. And it- But we don't know the date yet because we can't proceed until we have this from your surveyor. He was asking me if it'd be on the 14th. We can get it on.
They'll probably have the map to me tomorrow or the next.
Okay. Yeah, if we get it within the next week, we can have it on the agenda for first reading, the next council meeting, which would be the 14th of March.
Which then puts the second reading at the 14th of April.
28th of March. Second.
Rezoning requires a 30-day notice, so it would be probably the second Tuesday of April.
In April.
Right.
Get that as soon as possible.
Say what?
Get that in as soon as possible from the surveyor.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Second one.
Next, Robert Moore.
Yeah, is that 30 days after the first reading?
Good evening, everyone. Yes, I'm here speaking on behalf of Beckley Arts Center and our board of directors, members, artists, and staff. We recently submitted all of our financials and a cover letter to Mr. Trump because we would like to be considered to be added to the city budget. And so I was just coming today to advocate for Beckley Arts Center and the arts here in Beckley for that, and to answer any questions you all may have. I can, if you will, I'll read a little bit from our cover letter that tells you a little bit about our organization and why we're requesting these funds. Beckley Art Group respectfully requests inclusion in the city of Beckley's upcoming annual budget. Our organization is a tremendous asset to the city of Beckley and surrounding area, and a true community center for our residents. BAG is a long-standing Beckley institution founded in the 1940s and incorporated in 1968. Despite the wealth of our talent in our area is still underserved in the arts programming and educational offering to the community. BAG is the city's only local arts organization devoted to year-round arts outreach and education serving youth and adults. An investment in BAG will allow us to continue our commitment to the cultural and economic growth and vibrancy of our city for future generations. BAG and the city of Beckley share a common goal of a vibrant community that attracts tourists and new residents while fostering youth development and retention of youth professionals. BAG can directly provide the city of Beckley with creative resources, a community space, an entire network of creators and innovators ready to solve problems with creative solutions. Beckley Art Group is a 501c3 organization. Our mission is to stimulate the interest and awareness of the arts and encourage artistic development through the arts education and opportunities within the group and community. We accomplish our mission in part by providing art opportunities through visual and performing arts and for all ages and skill levels. We value partnerships and have developed relationships with other local organizations through collaboration and supporting one another over the years. BAG partners with local businesses through sponsorships and other opportunities, bringing art and education to our community, broadening our reach, and helping to promote our small businesses. One of the reasons why we've come up with difficulties with funding here lately is because in 2009.
15 seconds, Robbie.
Okay. If you all have any questions for me, I'd be happy to answer them concerning the arts and Beckley Arts Center.
Very good. Well, thanks for getting your financial information into Mr. Trump, and I'm sure it will be scrutinized, and I'm optimistic as an individual that we'll be able to help. Did you get to Charleston by chance for the Arts Council meeting today?
I didn't. I was planning to, but this week has just been crazy with the Art Center, so I felt it'd be better to stay in town.
Okay, good,
Yeah.
great.
And Mayor, just so you know, I mean, one of the things that the BAG's done most recently was instead of letting the School of Harmony just go into non-existence, they actually absorbed that entire program, found a space somehow, making it work inside, and so now we have tutoring for music classes for underprivileged kids. I mean, they do so much more than Robbie could ever fit in that very short period of time, but it's all partially since he's taken the helm. It's just, he's done amazing things with BAG, so thank you.
Great.
Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Robbie. See, Anthony, do we have anybody signed up to?
We do have 3 individuals in attendance.
Okay, I'll read the instructions for public comments virtually. If calling in by phone, dial *3 to raise your hand to be recognized to speak for 3 minutes. If connected by a computer, click the hand icon on your participants panel, which also recognizes you to speak. So who do we have there, Anthony?
No one at this time, sir.
Oh, we don't have anybody.
Nobody raised their hand.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, well, good. Well, with that, anything else for the good of the cause?
Woodrow Wilson plays tonight, so we hope they,
Okay.
hope they win.
Is that Princeton tonight?
Princeton.
Okay, good, great, very good. Anything else? If not, we stand adjourned. Thank you.